And supplies, but you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the web page, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shaft full of no's. It's TNT, TNT Beyond, yeah, TNT, TNT Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible wall. It's TNT, TNT, TNT Beyond.
Hey, they're the ice holes, and people say they're not too polite, but they're just busy questing to end this endless night. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Quest for the Cure. We apologize. There was a bit of a technical difficulty. We seem to have alleviated that problem. So we are live tonight. Thank you. There's a lot of things I want to get to, and I want to do it quickly because I want to jump right in because we have some amazing players, and I know you're here to see some amazing roleplay. This is Quest for the Cure. We're raising money for Jesse's Journey and Duchenne muscular dystrophy research. If you don't know what that is, Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a disease that affects 1 in 5,000 boys, and there's no cure, and that's why we quest. We've got a few thank yous before we start. Legendary Pants is our sponsor for Quest for the Cure. They are not only the sponsor for Quest for the Cure, they are the sponsor of the entire Squad Up initiative, which is a gaming charity initiative run by Jesse's Journey to raise money for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. They've undertaken a Kickstarter recently that has just closed. I know that in the chat you're going to get the link to put in possibly a late pledge if you're interested. It's a Kickstarter with dice based on your favorite drinks, whether it's bourbon or absinthe or Shirley Temple if you're driving. They're wonderful dice. I would encourage you to go and see if you can still get in on that Kickstarter. Also have to give a shout out to D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is not only the best tool for online and digitally enabled Dungeons and Dragons games, they're also amongst the most generous tabletop companies around. We've been working with Squad Up since 2019, and back before we had this amazing cast of people, they jumped in and they said, yes, we're going to help you, and they donated 2 legendary bundles, which we auctioned off for $1,000, which was a big part of our total in year 1. They're sponsoring us again for the entire season. They've given us access to D&D Beyond for our players to use, so of course, thank you to you, D&D Beyond, for all of your generosity and continued support. As most of you know who've watched me DM in the past, I'm good friends with the owner of Talon and Claw, Anthony. They are also supporting our event this year. They're running a Kickstarter starting on Friday. It is gemstone dice, 11-piece sets, and beautiful wooden dice vaults to go with them. 11-piece dice vaults, which is a new product for them. I would encourage you to check out their Kickstarter. You're going to see a link in the chat on how you can find out more information. So I would encourage you to participate. I was telling the folks offline that with your help and the help of our auctions and our seat raffles and our charity gaming partner Citadel Geek, who runs live play conventions online for us, we've raised over $16,000 for Duchenne muscular dystrophy research, which is an incredible total, and it's more than we could have ever hoped for. So thank you for tuning in tonight, and thank you for participating. So let's get started on increasing that total, shall we? You can participate in the game tonight. Somebody's going to drop a link there soon about how your donations can affect the game. For $10, you can give me a reroll, which I would support. Additionally, you could also force me to re-roll, which I like a bit less. For $15, you can give our players a re-roll, which is fine if that suits your fancy. As you can see, the totals are on the left and right of our Quest for the Cure logo. I will update them as they come in so you can see the totals. For $20, for 5 minutes, I and I alone will speak in an accent or do an impersonation of your choice while we are playing. I make no warranty on the quality of any of it. You get what you pay for, which is not worth very much. For $25, you get a major boon, which could be as simple as a +1 to a skill check or something else fun. For $50, you could get a major boon, which is a critical hit that they can use at any time of their choosing. You can also choose which player you'd like to get this benefit. So if you think Emma needs a critical hit, you can give her a major boon, and if I roll it, she can get it. She's shaking her head, but I'm shaking my head the other way. The last but not least, for $100, you can remove one enemy from any combat in this game. Additionally, for $100, you can add an enemy to any combat in this game. You can tell which choice I think is more entertaining. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce the players. Please let us know who you are and who you're going to be playing tonight. Ed, why don't you start?
Oh, God. Okay. My name is Ed Greenwood, best known to the world for creating the Forgotten Realms, and I will be playing Thorond, Cleric of Tempest, the God of Battle.
Amy? I think you're muted.
How about now?
Now you're good.
I've got like 7 mutes over here, so sorry, everyone. I am Lynn Dzura. I am one of the community managers for the organized play campaign for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Tonight, I will be playing the Tabaxi and Knowledge Cleric Shadows Across Rooftops. She's carrying a stack of books and fiddling with some string as she wanders along with these troublemakers.
Emma, how about you?
No.
My name is Emma Wakelin. I'm an actress, comedian based out of Toronto. And tonight, as usual, I'm playing Dr. Morden, ME, the official coroner of whatever town he finds himself in. And generally not a very good coroner.
Blair, who are you playing tonight?
Hey, I'm Blair, senior producer on Star Wars at Respawn. I'm playing Grizzle, the little goblin buddy, who's like a teen fighter, and I'm doing the what's it called? Rune subclass for the fighter, which is a lot of fun. He turns into a really large goblin if I do it right. So yeah.
Yes, he does. And before you ask, chat, no, there is no amount of money. Blair will not be spilling secrets about Jedi Fallen Order 2. I have asked. This is not something I can make happen. I can make magic here behind the DM screen, but that is not one of the things I can do. Eric, how about you?
Hi, I'm Eric Morden. I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and I'm just finishing up my 2nd year at university. And tonight I will be playing Farkan, the High Elf Wizard.
I haven't said it before. I love your background. It's just so classic. And then tonight is our guest. I'd like to introduce you to Phillip. Phillip was the lucky person whose name was drawn as one of the pre-game donors. We're going to do this every time that one seat is going to be available for people who donate between games, and Phillip's name was drawn. So Phillip, why don't you introduce yourself and let us know who you're playing tonight?
Sure. Phillip Rogers. I don't work in entertainment or gaming for a living. I'm an IT consultant that happens to work in biotech and pharma and working with companies that do DMD research. So it's kind of this is a charity that's near and dear to my heart. And today I'm playing Burton. He's a hexblade, but Burton's just an interesting sort.
Awesome. So it's been a few days since your last adventure deep into Trollheart Barrow and your battle with the aspect of Lady Doom and your battle of wits against herself. The time has passed in Ravensbluff more or less uneventfully. Your new friend Baharouche stayed with you for a few days but was called away on another adventure. Grizzle, he left something for you though. It was a single silver scale. He's gone for now, but all of you feel as though you may see him at some point in the future. On the morning of the 5th day, you hear a rapping at your window. There's a raven that bears a rolled note for each of you. Inside is a single black feather, and the note reads, "Good morning. I need to see you immediately. If you're willing, gather together your belongings and friends. Keep this feather with you. It will allow you to visit me." Delchandra, signed Delchandra, Dean of Wizardry, who you met last time.
The weirdo by the lake?
The weirdo by the water, indeed.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'm caught up.
The super nice weirdo by the lake.
Yep. There was nothing weird about that.
Yeah.
Are we in a tavern or something? Or
so
like,
you're in,
inn?
Yeah, you're in the same inn that you were in before, and each of you has your own room. There's a small common room, which is where you met Baharouche. Grizzle, that's where you were introduced to the party, and Flip sort of brought you all together. There's a small table and chairs where you could gather and sort of speak to each other. If you wanted to talk about the note or anything else. Each of you also has, leaning against your door, wrapped in a tightly bound leather package, is a star metal weapon of your choice. When last you adventured in the Barrow, Flip said that he would be providing each of you with a star metal weapon, and now you have one. It can be any type that you want. I just have to write it down on your character sheet.
Oh.
No limitation.
Star Metal Holy Avenger? I'll take it.
It's as big as you are.
Yeah, that's a $500 donation, Emma. I don't think Star Metal Holy Avengers appearing at level 5.
Is it magical or is it just?
No, it's just straight adamantine. Yeah.
Okay.
So what would you all like to do?
When Shadows descends to the common room, she's got a book, her nose in a book, a leather package slung over her shoulder, and like this black feather just like sticking out of her mouth, like Sylvester style, and just gets ready for breakfast, just chewing on a bird feather.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Grizzle just comes kind of not staggering a bit, maybe a little. He had a rough night, we'll say, up with the barkeep. So he comes sauntering down and slaps on the table in front of Shadows. Did you get one of these letters too? Weird.
She'll cough a little bit, and the feather will come flying out. Yeah, there's a. She just starts rifling through all of her books and things. Yeah, I got a letter in a weird package. It smells kind of funny. Yeah. Are you gonna go?
I don't know.
She seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
I mean, I think I think the good doctor and the other wizard, Farkan. Did you see Farkan upstairs? I think wasn't he friends with her? I don't know. Wizards, they stick together.
No, nobody's talking to me.
I think Farkan walks down into the comm room with the letter. I guess he overhears them talking about the letter, and I wonder if we should maybe go meet with the dean that we saw last time.
I mean, I don't have any other plans today.
I was just gonna sit here drinking, so sure.
Yeah. I mean, should we go get everyone up? Did you?
Sauron comes down the stairs, waving his feather. Here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Let's go.
Emma, what does Dr. Morden do?
You guys hear sort of a bit of a commotion coming from under one of the tables, and Morden crawls from under with a feather in one hand and a book in the other, and the feather's covered in ink. This feather is garbage. It does not write well. Also,
it's an eating feather.
What?
It's you're supposed to eat it. It's an eating feather, not a writing feather.
What?
Did you try it?
No.
You need about 500 of them for a good stir fry.
I'm very hungover.
Seems to be a theme around here.
Anybody who has a passive perception of 13 or better notices that each one of you has a sort of a blue shimmering light that's now covering your skin. It's gradually creeping up your arms and neck. And in a snap, your vision becomes cloudy. And when it returns to normal, you're in a large room. Tapestries line every wall. There's a small cot hidden away in the corner, and there's a beautiful elven woman who looks familiar to you. At a writing desk with her sinuous golden tresses cascading across her back. At her side stands a man you've never seen before. And she says, yes, you're here. Now, I'm sure you have questions. Thank you for your permission. Please, sit and join us. And as she says that, 5 blue translucent chairs appear in front of you.
Just hold on a second. I think I just had an aneurysm. What the hell was that?
You're still alive. You're
Mordak,
fine.
what did we drink last night, Mordak? What happened?
I think I might have had some of that halfling cheese. I need to sit.
I apologize, but the feather was a mechanism by which I could bring you here quickly. Obviously, you all consented to the journey, which is why you're here, and I'm always pleased to see you, even though we've only met once. Her silver dress sort of dances in the candlelight. But I apologize. I will explain more directly why you're here. Are you familiar with the Codex Cosmologica? Anyone can make an Arcana, History, Religion check, or if you're proficient with Navigator's tools or Cartographer's tools, I will accept that as well.
I can do a history check.
I'm not gonna roll on that at all. My dude
Got a
has
19.
no idea.
19, okay.
Ha ha! Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
All right. Farkan, Shadows, how did you both do?
I got a 13.
Okay. All right. So this is what you know. You're able to pool your knowledge, and all of you, except for Grizzle, have heard of the Codex Cosmologica in some way or another. It's said to be a book that was forged of pure planar essence. It was said to have existed long ago, but some say it's just a myth. Also, it's rumored that it was used as a guidebook by ancient planar travelers. Thorond, though you're the only one who knows that the true story is that a group of heroes were sent by the Wizards Guild about 100 years ago to seek out this book, but they failed. In fact, it was intercepted and destroyed. All those heroes were able to recover was a few individual pages that weren't consumed in the attack. It's relevant because since that time, the guild has been trying to piece together the Codex. It's been some time. It's real, and we only have a few pages. From what we can tell, it's a map. We don't know exactly what it means, used by planar travelers. Something about during the earliest days of magic, planar travel was more difficult and less understood than it is now. That these travelers sought soft spots that were naturally occurring between the planes, where the division between the planes are weaker. They've been appearing, these pages, throughout the land for the past 100 years. No rhyme or reason why, when, or where. We've detected a surge in energy that accompanies the appearance of these pages, and we would like you to retrieve one or more of them for us.
What do they look like?
They're larger than a regular standard piece of paper, about 18 inches wide by 21 inches high. It was a large, thickly bound tome, so far as we can piece together. Ha! I made a joke. But
Yes.
it should be obvious.
I made a laugh.
I appreciate that, Thorond. She looks at Burton. If it's all right with you, we would ask that Burton accompany you. You see, he's come upon these pages once before, and his experience may be of use to you. Burton, perhaps you could share your insight with my friends.
Sure. Hey everybody, I'm Burton. I tend to find things. Sometimes I go looking for them, sometimes I don't, but things tend to come my way. And one of these pages did, and just like they said, it's big. It's one of those things, but it's really magical. And there are a couple of little tips and tricks that usually make it a little bit easier to find. So I can kind of help you as we look for them. They're out there. You kind of just have to avert your eyes just a little bit, and sometimes you can just see them. So we can definitely find it. And I heard that there's a whole bunch of here, so we should be able to really track down some pages.
Yes.
What's in it for us, though?
Knowledge.
Yes.
I don't.
Knowledge.
Something more physical, maybe in the form of
friendship.
little round discs with maybe the picture of the king or queen on it.
Yes, fine. I can spare 250
Gambling
gold.
token.
250 gold for each of you upon successful recovery of this very important artifact. That
Almost enough to pay my taxes.
This is more money than Grizzle has even understood existed. So he's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm with this lady. Let's do it.
Okay. Anybody else? Dr. Mordek, Farkan, what do you think?
Listen, I'm a little discombobulated here, all right? We need to have a conversation about enthusiastic consent, because I'm still a little weirded out about this process. But yeah, I mean, I'm always up for an adventure.
If there's gold involved, I can buy more spell books. So
Yes, for 250, you have my enthusiasm. consent.
Buy a lot of books with 250 gold.
That's wonderful. And we have our first major boon donated. So congratulations, Shadows Across Rooftops. You get +2 to your next history check because you're one of the greatest heroes who ever lived, and half of every legend is about you.
Oh,
wow.
Do you have any questions for her?
So many.
yeah, tell us the other half.
I lean over and I go, it's probably good that you ask her where you should start looking. Otherwise, it's really hard to find them.
I thought that's what you were here for.
I know I'm here to help. I'm going to guide you, but you got to do it.
So where have these pages been turning up, fancy lady?
Yes. There's. Oh, thank you. There's no set pattern or location to where they appear and why and when. We suspect, based on some of the divination magic that we've conducted, that it is in the Grey Forest. Now, the Grey Forest is south of the Earthfast Mountains, and we've hired a ship to take you there, but you know about that already, I'm sure. No? Oh, well, the Grey Forest, strange rumors of dark beings and sighting of objects being there one minute and gone the next. There was a clan of moon elves that once lived there. They fought a great war against an army of goblinoids, hobgoblins and goblins. They were driven to the very edge of extinction. It's said in a last heroic act that they sacrificed themselves and morphed into trees that now protect the forest. And they never wanted to leave, you see. There are circles of gray trees with a dark gray bark that appear in the forest protectively. Well, so it's said. I've never been there myself. And that's where we expect the book to be found based on some of our divinations. But something we have learned, and this is something I know Burton is familiar with, somehow, some way, star metal reacts to the energy that these pages put out. It gets warmer. Burton, what was it that you said about the star metal?
It basically gets hotter and hotter the closer you get, and it's like that old kids game, hotter, colder, you got it, and you just follow it, and it's one of the easiest ways to get there. But you got to get close to it first. Right now, because he reaches down to a dagger, he goes, nothing. But once we get closer, he'll know, he'll feel it.
But you said we have to travel by boat?
Yes. The city is on the northwest part of the Fire River, so we'll send you down the boat and around, and the Grey Forest is south of the mountains. We wouldn't want you to trek over the mountains. That would just be difficult and unpleasant for everyone. And I've been told that I now have one forced reroll against me, so thank you to whoever that brave soul was. So yes, we'll send you south. I believe you're familiar with Captain McAllister. He brought you here. We've hired the Osprey for you once again.
But water. Can we go back to the water? Because do I have to? Water.
I haven't spoken directly to the captain, but I suspect that you will be on top of the ship as opposed to dragged behind it. That's my assumption. I can't say for sure.
It's still on the water.
Yes.
You can see that Shadows is a little bristly across her shoulders and back down her tail, and she's just sort of her ears are just a little sad.
Okay.
Dr. Mordek will go into his pouch and grab a little bit of string and dangle it in front of Shadows.
Her ears will perk up.
Don't worry, it can't be that long. A couple of days, couple of weeks.
Oh. Yes.
Couple days, couple of weeks. Those are two very different
Yes,
lengths of time.
Very, very much so. But no, it should take you less than a day, assuming the wind is good.
See, now everything's better. It was going to be a couple of weeks. Now it's less than a day. You can do that.
Forkin, do you have anything in that spell book of yours for seasickness?
Unfortunately, not for seasickness. I do have gust of wind though, if we want the boat to go fast.
I knew you'd come through for us.
That's about all I can do.
Unless
you want me to set the boat on fire.
Grizzle looks at Farkan like, what the fuck?
That's one strategy. Do you have any other questions for her?
Oh, she's got to go.
Mm.
Go places, see important people, give them impossible quests. Got it.
Yes, absolutely.
I have a question. Have you read my book yet?
No, but it's funny that you mention it, Dr. Mordek, because I actually have a question for you.
Oh, yes.
I need the confirmation of a rumor, actually. Is it true that death by aneurysm in Ravensbluff has increased by 357% since you became the official medical examiner here?
That is incorrect. It's actually 347%. But I am working on that final 10.
Yes, of course. I knew that there was that number just did not sit right with me. My word. And she leans into Farkan, and she sort of whispers something to you. She says, "Farkan, I can see that your skills have improved immeasurably since last we spoke. I believe you have a place here at the guild. If you're willing, I would recommend you join us as an associate. In the generalist school, if you are willing to be an apprentice of mine, but I would not be offended as I know evocation magic is a passion of yours as well. I'd be happy to introduce you to Lady Norwood, who is our dean of invocation and evocation magic here, upon your return, of course."
Yeah, I'd be pretty interested in that.
Well,
Cool.
yes, I look forward to speaking with you more about it. But, of course, if you have any other questions, the boat doesn't leave until tomorrow morning. You're welcome to stay and ask or go about the city and make any preparations you need.
Are there any potion shops around?
Yes, most certainly. I'm sure you could find something at... anywhere really. There's many different ships or many different shops.
I'm going to need about 3 pounds of catnip.
Just gonna get Shadow super high.
You
This is-
rogue, you.
This is giving her some Benadryl before the flight. Great. Okay, so if you're done with her, she'll bid you adieu and escort you out. Ashkar's accessories would be able to provide you with an industrial sized barrel of catnip, and you can probably get some potions at Mystic Star Charts where you met some ne'er-do-wells last time. Where would you like to go first?
I was gonna go to the potion shop and get some Dramamine, but if catnip's on the table,
Okay.
we'll be good.
All right. So you're able to go to Ashikar's accessories. They have as much catnip as you can carry. They're a little concerned when you enter Shadows. They actually sort of shake their finger at you and say, "This area is actually off limits for cats. You or for Tabaxi, we need to pack your product for you. Tend to sample a bit more than is fair for the try before you buy sign on the outside of the shop."
I mean, that's fair.
Speciest.
It's a little fair, though.
A little fair, yeah.
A little fair. Do they have any of those little, like, pots where you can grow your own catnip? So just sort of, like, keep my supply going in case I run out? Like,
Yeah,
absolutely. Nibble off the top?
Well, they don't have the seeds, but they definitely have the pots. You can maybe shave off some catnip and see if it'll grow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd love to do that.
Does anybody have anything else they'd like to do? Thoron, Grizzle, Farkan, Burton?
How much for I just need like a minor healing potion.
Oh, it's 50 gold. You can
So
buy...
Grizzle is not he has no concept of how much stuff costs. So he hears that number and then just puts all of his gold on the countertop and he's like, "There you go." It's 10 gold.
Okay. You're a tad short, sir. Not by height. Not by height, by coins. You don't have enough coins. I mean, it was not a comment on your height at all, sir. You know what? This is great. Thank you. He sort of pulls the coins back into the jar and pushes the healing potion. This is one. Please, sir. You know what? Here. Take it. Here's 2. Here you are. Please. He pushes them across the counter. Here's 2 for the price of 1. Only for you. Please don't tell anyone. It is exclusive to you.
Grizzle's running a scam over here.
Yeah, wow.
I can. He has no idea why that gentleman was so nice to him, and he's like, "Yes, I must have given him double what he needed." Excellent.
Are you sure you only need 2 healing potions? Because there's only 6 cards in the party.
Hey, so my buddy Burton says I need another healing potion.
Oh, sure. Yes. No problem. Just one more though, when he pushes it across the counter to you.
Does anybody else need anything? I look around at the rest of the group.
Well, you're at it.
Whatever my friend Thoron.
No, that would be unkind. It might keep me alive, but it would be unkind. So.
Okay. If there's anything anybody else wants, Burton, Farkan, you're able to pick up some supplies.
Make sure I've got some, food, wine.
Yeah, you've got all the basic sundries that you need for sure. And they have some of that on the boat. Farkan, is there anything you'd like to grab?
Can I go to the pub and grab a pint?
100%. Yes.
I think I've got all the magic I need in my brain. So
okay. So the night passes much in the way the last 4 nights have passed, with somebody getting drunk. You wake up in the morning, you gather together, and you go to the Osprey. It's moored at the dock. It's the same ship that brought you to Ravensbluff on your last quest here. It's a very sleek looking ship and rides high in the water, so you think it would be very fast. 2 masts with a square rigging. There's a well-muscled man who's standing at the prow of the ship, and he's beckoning you forward as he sees you. He's like, "Store your gear below. We're aiming to be back here before nightfall." Once you all gather your gear and you're settled in, they push off and begin making their way along the coast, sails growing to catch the wind. What would you like to do? You're able to chat with the folks. There are the captains behind the wheel. There are hands moving rigging. There's the first mate who's giving people orders. And the ship is mostly open for you to explore, if you so desire. Or you could wait and relax in a hammock and let the good times sail.
Grizzle is like holding white-knuckled onto the railing, having never been on a boat before, especially in the open ocean. So just not enjoying the vibe.
There's a very tall dwarf comes up beside you, Grizzle. Perhaps the tallest dwarf you've ever seen. Is maybe 5 foot 8 inches tall, and he says, "First time."
Yes.
One tip for you. You're gonna throw up, possibly more than once. Before you do, make sure you spit. And if the spit hits you in the face, run to the other side and throw up over there.
He knows he can't say anything, or it's already going to happen. He's barely holding on.
Anything else? I think Farkan's on the other side of the boat, already throwing up because he's still hungover from the pints he drank the other night.
What's Burton up to?
Burton is laying in one of the hammocks and saying something about it's been nearly a whole day since he's had a long rest.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything before the voyage continues?
Yeah, I want to find a sailor that looks particularly scurvy-ish.
Okay.
And Is there anyone that looks like that?
There actually is. There's a tall eladrin. You can't tell what specific type of eladrin, but he is shimmering in the sunlight, and his face does look a little mottled, like he was a little bit malnourished. He sort of looks down at you and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, you look like you haven't had much to eat lately.
I think I eat fine.
I suspect you haven't had any fruit of the citrus variety lately, have you?
No, I'm actually allergic. It makes my tongue go numb.
If you were to die, can I have your brain? For science.
No. Thank you.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me. In my room. That's not an invitation for naughty business.
So the ship continues sailing along the coast. You're about halfway to your destination in the Grey Forest. Pretty much everyone, except maybe Grizzle, sees something in the distance. Some specks on the horizon that are coming in from land that are growing larger and larger. It appears that 3 flying creatures are approaching deep from inland. But you aren't the only ones that see it. The captain sees it too, and calling out orders. The sails are raised to half. The ship slows down. The scorpions on the side of the ship are aimed. And as they grow nearer, now even you see it, Grizzle. It looks like there are hobgoblins riding giant bats that are carrying fire beetles. And we'll roll initiative.
That's weird, right?
I mean, yes.
Grizzles. That doesn't seem good.
Okay, Thorond, what did you get?
14.
14 for Thorond. Okay, Shadows.
15.
15. Mordek, if you say 16, I'm going to lose my stuff. Mordek?
3.
Okay.
Oh, come on. You should have said 16.
Grizzle.
12.
Oh, thank you. I've been gifted a reroll. Thank you to the kind and generous soul who did that. Okay, who am I missing? Grizzle, what'd you get?
I got 12.
12. Okay, Grizzle got 12. And Farkan.
Got 9.
9. Okay. Wow, we all.
Don't forget Burton.
Burton.
Thank you. Mark got a 17.
Burton got a 17. Burton, roll me a d20, please. Tell me what you get.
14.
14. Okay. All right, Burton. That's good. Okay, so the first bat begins flying forward. And as it gets closer, you can see that it's actually not carrying the fire beetle. The fire beetle is actually lashed to its saddle, and it's sort of squirming in midair as if it wants to be released. So it sort of sails 120 feet forward, and the hobgoblin uses its dagger to unlash it from the saddle, and it hits the deck of the ship with a thump, taking some damage from falling. That's
diabolical.
And then it is going to, we're going to randomly roll 2d6 and see who it targets. 3 and 4. So Dr. Mordek and Grizzle. Dr. Mordek, you were tending to Grizzle as he was losing his lunch over top. Both of you are going to get attacked by the creature's fire breath. It's a 15-foot cone. May I have a dexterity saving throw from each of you, please?
That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. I mean, it's better. It's not as good as your initiative. That's a plus. Dr. Mordek, how'd you do?
4.
Okay. So both of you fail. You each take 7 points of fire damage. And you notice that there's a 5-foot square of the ship now on fire. Burden, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
How far away are these creatures right now?
So the fire beetle's about 20 feet away from you on the deck of the ship. The bat and the hobgoblin are about 15 feet up in the air above the ship. And then there are 2 other bats, hobgoblin, fire beetle trios about 120 feet away from you.
All right, I'm going to take a step forward.
Yep.
And I'm going to hypnotic pattern 120 feet away.
Okay.
It should be a 30-foot cube.
Okay.
So hopefully
you can definitely hit one of the 2 groups. They're sort of separated from fireball formation, but you can definitely hit one. They're both equally the same, so I'll just roll randomly and we will see who gets attacked. Okay, so the hobgoblin, the bat, the beetle. What is your DC?
15 wisdom.
15 wisdom. Okay. All right. So the hobgoblin fails, the bat succeeds, and the fire beetle. The bat and the hobgoblin and the fire beetle on the left are hypnotized. Any bonus action or movement?
Yeah, I'll basically point and I'll go, leave those alone. I think they're okay for a little while. And I point at those. I go for the other ones. And that's much it. I don't really have many bonus actions.
Okay. The bat kind of flaps its wings because it's the only one that has any ability to do anything right now. And without direction from its rider, nothing can happen. So Shadows Across Rooftops, it's your go. What would you like to do?
Shadows is probably just standing and really, really enjoying the beautiful colors that have been surrounding our brand new hypnotized friends.
Yes.
But we'll probably give herself a shake, twitch her ears a little bit, and pull up her light crossbow to take aim at the not sparkly ones.
Okay. Are you going to attack the rider, the mount, or the wriggling fire beetle down below?
I'm going to attack the fire beetle, and maybe we can just blow them all up from where they are.
Okay.
All right. Y'all, that's a nat 20 for a 25.
Oh boy, that hits! Surprise! Roll your damage.
Okay, that's a 10. That's a 12. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Pointy damage.
That looks like it hurts it a lot. It doesn't explode.
Does it explode?
It does not. I'm sorry. No.
Next
But
time.
it looks pretty hurt. Thoron, it's your go. What would you like to do?
Sacred Flame.
Okay. On the fire beetle on the deck, or the one that shadows across rooftops just attacked?
Shadows Across Rooftops, the one she attacked.
Okay,
because
got
I
it.
don't want to help the deck burn a little more, you know?
Okay, I failed. Roll your damage.
Wah! Oh dear. 8.
8.
radiant damage.
It's looking pretty hurt, actually. Okay, any bonus action or movement? Any bonus action or movement, or are you good with just the Sacred Flame?
I will open my star metal weapon. Unwrap my star metal weapon.
Okay.
A morning star.
Okay, sounds good.
And I will lay it meaningfully on my shoulder.
Okay. Grizzle.
I because Thoron is just like this presence, and they helped me essentially save myself in our the last time we had to fight something. Grizzle's like taken a liking to him, and then also like I put my sword on my shoulder too and stand menacingly. And I'm just gonna attack the fire beetle that's on the deck.
Great.
Standing in front of me.
Great.
As I do that though, I yell over at Shadows, "Did you say they explode?"
I'm gonna try real hard. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. Okay, roll to hit. 18.
That will hit the fire beetle. Yep.
23.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, so I pull out Shadow Weaver.
Yeah.
1d8 slashing plus 1. Where's my d8? For 4.
Okay. You add your strength to that too. Strength or dex, whichever you prefer, as normal. It's just +1 magic.
Oh.
Yep.
Plus 6. Then.
Yep. Okay.
So 6 to hit, and then I attack again because I get 2 attacks now.
Yes,
as a
you
level
do.
5 fighter.
Yeah.
9 proficiency 9.
Mhm.
12, 14 to hit.
14 to hit. Oh, that's going to be close. But that hits. Yes, successful.
Yes. Same thing. 6, 7, 8 plus 9 damage.
Okay. That one did take some falling damage as well, so that one's looking hurt too. Farkan, what would you like to do? It's your turn.
I think I'll use my poison spray so I don't set more of the boat on fire.
Seems like a good plan as plans go, yeah?
That is 19 plus 7, I think.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Yeah. We get for damage is 9.
9, okay.
9 damage.
All right. After Farkan is the other pair who's not hypnotized with the severely damaged fire beetle. This one is going to fly in, and instead of dropping the fire beetle, it is actually going to get much closer to the deck. So when it saws the harness, it's only 10 feet away. So it only has to drop 5 feet as opposed to dropping the 20 feet that it dropped before, because it was severely wounded and it doesn't like that. And then the fire beetle is going to try and hit 2 people. Actually, it's just going to hit 1, and it's Farkan. Farkan, make me a dexterity saving throw, please. 11. That is not successful. You take...
plus 2 is... Sorry. 13.
13 will succeed. So you take 3 points of fire damage, and a 5-foot square of deck beside you is now on fire.
Anybody have create water?
Hopefully you, Mordek. It's your turn. Go ahead.
I'm a doctor, not a firefighter. Hey, fire beetle, knock knock. Knock knock.
It just sort of cocks his head at you.
Gary.
I can't do
All right,
knock knock.
DM,
The fire beetle
knock,
doesn't
knock.
talk. Who's there, Emma?
The bell. It tolls.
Does it toll for me?
No, you're supposed to say.
Who does the bell toll for?
It tolls for thee. Roll
Okay.
a wisdom save.
Okay. I ruined it. I'm sorry, Emma. But I'm pretty sure I failed with with an 8.
You failed by wrecking my joke.
It's all right. He failed upwards. That's okay.
13 points of damage on
Oh my
the severely
God.
injured fire beetle.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, that one's looking very wounded. But it is that one's turn. The one of the hands actually abandoned the scorpions. They both fired the scorpions and missed last turn. One of the hands actually runs downstairs and shouts, "Fire! Fire! Fire!" And you notice that the 5-foot square of fire has now expanded to 2 5-foot squares of fire. And the fire beetle is going to attack. We'll see. Does it get its breath weapon back? It does not. So it is just going to attack Grizzle, who is there and looking tasty. And Grizzle, you take just one target. Okay. Does a 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So you take 9 points of fire damage.
Are both beetles on the deck?
There are 2 beetles on the deck now. Yes, the injured one is the one that's adjacent to you, and the one that shadows across rooftops was sniping from a distance is on the other side.
I would like to take my reaction.
Okay.
You are a creature you can see. Yeah, I activate my cloud rune.
Okay.
Which is on my armor.
Okay.
So I use my reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker within 30 feet to become the target of the attack using the same roll.
Okay.
So I touch my cloud rune that's engraved in my chest armor and just point at the other beetle.
Okay. So somehow its bite flies 30 feet across the deck and sinks into the other beetle. Nobody understands how. Timey-wimey gobbledygook. But it does no damage. So you can't say why. Ooh. Anything else that you would like to do? Oh, so that was their turn. So no damage for you. Shadows, the hobgoblin, the bat is going to fly up 50 feet, and the hobgoblin is going to take a light crossbow shot at you. Hitting AC 14.
15.
Okay, then the crossbow bolt sticks into the deck right beside you, and you take no damage at all. Burton, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Burton is going to jump up, and the one that just the bat that just went up 50 feet, he's going to finger and fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, at the bat.
At the bat.
Got it. Okay, roll to hit.
Okay, so that's dirty 20 and a 14.
Both. Wait, no, the 14 will not hit because it actually, as it gets closer, it looks like it's wearing armor. The first one will hit. The 20 will hit though. And I've just been informed that I'm forced to re-roll another good roll, so that's 2. Thanks for that, whoever that was.
So that one hits it for 13 points of
13 points of damage, and that's on the bat. Okay. The bat is looking hurt.
Did you say that? Did you do finger guns to shoot those?
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's it goes like this, and yeah. So he finger gunned the bat.
Okay.
And he said, "Leave the cat alone."
And the hobgoblin screams back at you. Do you speak Goblin?
I do speak Goblin. What did it say?
It says it says no.
That one said no.
I'll get him next time.
Okay. Any movement, any bonus action?
I'm just gonna basically pull my shield off and make sure I got my shield out.
Sounds good. The bat is like furiously the other bat is furiously flapping its wings in the air, just hovering with the other beetle and the hobgoblin still hypnotized by the flashing lights. Shadows across rooftops. What would you like to do?
How far am I from the closest patch of on fire?
About 10 feet.
Like, would I be able to get there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to end up in the drink. So I will probably spend my turn recalling the stop, drop, and roll that I learned as a kitten.
Okay.
And like with my cloak, try and smother the fire on the deck.
Absolutely. So you're able to smother a 5-foot square of the fire on your action easily enough.
Perfect.
So you have stopped one of the fires from spreading more broadly. Would you like to take a bonus action?
As a bonus action, I would like to just start yowling uncontrollably.
Okay. I give that to you as a free action, really.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm putting such effort into it.
Oh, that's fair. Thorond, what would you like to do? There are two fire beetles on the deck. One looks more hurt than the other. The bat that got finger gunned looks pretty wounded, and then there are the two hypnotized creatures on the other side, about 120 feet away from you.
There isn't one in the air?
There is.
That's the hypnotized?
There's one in the air that's hypnotized. The one that just got finger gunned is also in the air, but that's the one that Burton hit and took a lot out of. The bat. So there's there's those two. Three.
So I will sacred flame that non-hypnotized damaged one.
Okay. Fails.
Wahahaha. So, only 4 points of radiant damage.
Only 4 points of radiant. Okay. It's looking very, very wounded. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Movement, bonus action?
Move over towards the burning deck patch.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily get adjacent to it, so you can act on it next round if you so desire. Grizzle.
So I have the one in front of me, 130 feet away. I'm standing next to a fire patch.
You're standing next to a fire patch and a fire beetle, yes. And it's now your turn, and you're starting adjacent to it. So you also take 5 points of fire damage.
Shoot. Okay.
No, don't shoot.
Yeah. No more finger guns.
Leave the shooting to Burton.
I'm pretty. No, this thing's trying to bite me. I'm finishing it off. I roll to attack.
Yes. Okay.
That's a 2.
That will not hit. You have one reroll. Would you like to use it?
For my double attack, if I miss the first one, can I still roll to hit the second one?
Yeah, absolutely. They're independent attacks, so you can miss on the first one, attack on the second.
I'll just do the second attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save that reroll.
Okay.
19 plus.
That will hit. Yep.
So 24.
That will hit.
So pulling out Shadow Weaver again. 8. 2, 3. Plus 1, 5. 5
okay.
damage.
That one dies. You stab Shadow Weaver deep into its flesh, and it almost corrodes around the mystical weapon. Farkan, what would you like to do?
How much of the boat is on fire still?
There are 2 5-foot patches on fire right now.
Okay, I'm gonna use Gust of Wind to put one of the fire patches out.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't even need to make a check. You cast Gust of Wind right on the spot, and it blows the fire out completely. There is only one fire patch remaining at the moment.
and then as bonus action, I can move the direction of it. So I'm going to point it at the other patch of fire.
Okay, that one's out too. So the deck is no longer on fire. The deckhand comes out with a water bucket. He's like, okay. Then the other bat and the beetle will go. So the beetle is going to see if it gets his breath weapon back. It does. And Farkan, you didn't like that gust of wind spell. Can I have a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yep. Three.
Okay. That is not a success. So you take 8 points of fire damage. And there is once again a 5-foot square of fire that has erupted on the deck. And the guy on the bat is going to shoot its shadows across rooftops, hitting AC 14 again. It is not his night. Dr. Mordek. Are you muted? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. The other fire beetle, has it been damaged yet?
It has been a little bit, yeah.
That's all I need to know. I'm not going to waste a great joke on it because the DM will ruin it. So I'll conjure a gigantic bell over it and toll for the fire beetle. Wisdom save, please.
Okay. 16.
No one likes you, Gary.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I have to do an accent. I'm waiting to hear what accent I'm going to have to do. This is
Oh!
You should do a German accent because the Germans have no sense of humor either.
I get to pick?
Yes, you get to pick. Absolutely.
I'll get
All
back
right,
to you on that.
get back to me on that. So Dr. Mordek did her turn, and at the top of the round, the other fire beetle is dead. So sad. But the guy with the wounded bat is still there. He's shooting its shadows across rooftop undeterred. This time I rolled 11 instead of 10, which will hit AC 15. I think that is your AC. And you take 7 points of crossbow damage.
Did you say you rolled an 11?
I rolled an 11, but I have +4 to hit.
Curse you. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. So, well, I rolled 2 10s in a row on you. I mean, onward and upward.
I'll take it.
That's a, yep. Oh, geez. We hit the 250 milestone. Okay, chat. I'm going to have to sing a song when we come back from intermission.
In an accent.
In an accent. If that's what you want to spend your accent on, I will do it in an accent or as an impersonation. Ridiculous. You should not be allowed to combine donation rewards.
I got distracted. I took damage, right?
You did. Yeah, you took 6 damage.
I was so distracted by the singing and the impersonation. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Um,
You can impersonate a singer. I love it.
That's the bet at best. At best. So Burton, it's your go. What would you like to do?
Well, I was still working on that bat that's up there.
Yes.
So I'm going to try to finger gun him again.
Okay.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Yes.
Or 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. That bat falls out of the sky, and its hobgoblin rider plops into the sea. You can hear him cursing you as the ship sails away at half sail.
Right.
And Grizzle, you're the only one who understands you. Curse you!
He said curse you. I don't think he likes you.
Is he from the tribe of goblins who can't swim?
Okay. Burton, do you have anything else that you'd like to do?
Still got another finger gun.
There's another bat. There's the fire beetle on the deck.
I'm gonna go for the fire beetle on the deck because I haven't been playing with them at all.
Pew pew.
So that is 17.
That'll hit. Yep.
So that was 10 points of damage.
10. Okay. Yep, that one's looking hurt too. Burton, do I get a chance to save against hypnotic pattern at some point, or it just lasts until broken?
No, unless I lose concentration, you're there unless somebody shakes you and wakes you.
All right.
Or
okay.
Actually, I don't even know if that.
Okay, if the shaking and waking thing, is legit, I may have the give them an opportunity to, because the bat's been going crazy like this for 3 rounds now. I may give him the opportunity to get out of it, but we'll see if that's part of it. Shadows, let me know if it is, and I'll put them back in the initiative order. Shadows, let me know, what would you like to do?
All the fire is out, right? Because Farkan took care of it.
One fire is back. Farkan took most of it, and then the beetle got its breath back and attacked him again.
All right. I'd like to eliminate the source of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So how about the fire beetle? There's one on the deck.
Yes,
right,
there is.
Still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like to try and crack through its rough exterior and get to the squishy bits.
Sure.
With my mace.
Okay.
So I'll give it a good whack.
You're kiting hard.
Nice.
That's a 10.
A 10 will not hit.
Curses. All right. I'm going to look at my mace like it's like shake it like it's broken. And then just like drop it on the deck.
Okay.
Useless.
Thorond. So there's the fire beetle left on the deck.
Morning star.
Yes. All right.
Fire beetle on deck. Boom.
Yep. Okay.
12.
A 12 will not quite hit. Does not look hard to hit, but it is not quite that easy either. Would you like to take a bonus action?
Yeah, hit it again.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, can I whack it with a cantrip as a bonus action, or is that?
I think so. Yeah. If you have a cantrip,
Okay.
if you have a bonus action cantrip, sure.
Yeah, sacred flame.
All right. It fails, and that's radiant damage. So, hit me. By now, Grizzle, you can tell that these creatures are immune to fire. So when you dodge the attack, it just did something it was already immune to. Yep, Thorin, sorry. 7 damage.
74.
That one's looking hurt too. Okay, Grizzle, it's your go.
I don't need them to look hurt. I need them to look dead.
That is true.
Is there... How high up? Okay, wait. So one went into the drink.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just the beetle on the
Just a beetle on the
right?
deck,
That's the
and
only one I
then
can reach.
yeah.
Well, I run over and try to smash it
Okay.
with Shadow Weaver. D20. 10 plus proficiency. What's my first 3? 5, 10, 15.
15. That will hit.
Okay. D8. 9.
9. You drive Shadow Weaver into the chitinous shell of the fire beetle, and once again, the fire beetle's flesh corrodes around the wound. It falls dead, sliding gooily off your blade.
Is that happening because of my sword, or is that how these things die? I feel either way, Grizzle would be like this sword that he got from a witch in a cave. is starting to freak him out a little bit. So,
Really?
is any of the other ones within range for me to hit?
No,
a
the only
melee
one,
strike?
really, the only one left is the hypnotic patterned one, and they're getting farther and farther away because the boat is still sailing, and because they're staying put, there's quite a distance between you.
Grizzle just like shakes his fist as my dog eats her squeaky toy.
Oh, okay.
At the ones in the air, and just like ah.
All right. Well, that is probably going to end the combat. The other ones can't get to you. They're hypnotized. Eventually, that bat is going to just tire itself out and sink into the water. So we're going to end combat there. Now, the boat continues on for another hour or so. The mood amongst the crew is melancholy, because obviously fire at sea is one of the most terrifying things that can happen to a sailor, and so they're all very much traumatized by the attack, particularly the dropping of the beetles, almost as though it was a declaration of war against them. The captain looks at all of you and says, "Well, that could have been worse. Well done. Thank you for your assistance."
Does that happen in these parts? Were they coming after you, or were they protecting their homeland? Like, what's their deal?
Can't honestly say I've ever seen a beetle lashed to a bat ridden by a hobgoblin. I've seen some stuff, but never that. Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know. I can't say.
He moves in respectable parts.
Obviously, respectable. I'm a privateer, not a pirate. And he says this route is usually safe. We have taken it before. We usually stay toward the coast to avoid some of the hazards, one might say, toward the deeper parts of the Sea of Fallen Stars. But no, we usually stick to the coast, and can't say that's ever happened before. Never heard of it. I'm told Rumple Halfleaf took a knock down below, but he'll be fine. Everyone else is more or less physically fine. We'll see how they do on the ride back.
Grizzle walks over to he finds the very tall dwarf that came over to him, stands next to him while looking at the fire beetle corpse and says, "First time? Don't worry about it. It gets easier. It's fine. Just like if the flame's coming your way, go the other way."
Nicely done.
The dwarf.
Pat on the back.
The dwarf blows soot off of himself, like the dry embers of charred wood. Thanks. And if daggers could come out of his eyes, you would be a pincushion right now.
My charisma is terrible, so I just think he was very like earnest with me, like, and I was like, yeah, give him a thumbs up.
How to win friends and influence.
So if there's anything you want to do, take a rest, totally can. You're not going to be at the forest for another hour or so you can easily take a short rest and relax, and they'll alert you when the time comes.
Can I roll hit die on short rest?
Yes.
For hit point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will do that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same.
Shadows is just gonna start working the soot out of her ears and her whiskers and just rolling on fire.
Farkan, Burton, or the captain looks at both of you. How did you make out? Farkan, you look like you took a knock or two.
Yes, I did.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think so. So that stuff.
The captain pats Burton on the back and says, "I'm not gonna lie, friend. That's pretty useful." And he gives you double finger guns.
Careful with those.
Sorry, I should have pointed them this way. Apologies.
Yeah. No problem. Need me, I'll be in the hammock over there.
Very well.
Sorry.
So after about an hour, you're all able to rest and relax. There's a splash from the side of the ship as a rowboat's dropped into the water. The captain explains that they're not going to harbor here overnight. They're going to come back for you in the morning. It's not safe for ships near the Grey Forest, and frankly, some of the crew are superstitious and will refuse to stay moored this close to the haunted forest. Is what he says. So we'll return.
Haunted.
Yes, it's completely haunted. Did you not know that?
Well, now we do.
Oh yes, it's completely haunted.
By?
Creatures that are there 1 minute and gone the next. Sometimes even trails will change. You're walking completely straight and all of a sudden you're turning right and you don't know how it happened. It is a strange place, my friends, and I would encourage you to be cautious.
I see. Why, thank you.
Did the pretty lady forget to mention that this place was haunted, or did she just conveniently leave that out?
She didn't specifically say it was haunted, no. Perhaps she doesn't believe in such things.
Oh, well, she should. All right.
Okay.
I feel like we need to start asking her more questions when we go on adventures for her.
Gonna put that in the book for next time.
Yeah, there's like 4 pages
add
of
'em on.
4 pages of notes, but didn't come up. It's all good.
It didn't come up.
You guys went. She didn't need to convince you very hard. So you make it onto.
You mean if we play hard to get, she tells us more? Okay.
Maybe pays more
Got
too. So you're able to make it into the rowboat. It's dropped into the water. You're able to sail over to the beach, bring it up well onto the shore, conceal it, and that is where we are going to take our break. I'm told that I'm singing Barrett's Privateers, so while we take our 10-minute break, I'm going to go look up the lyrics for that song, and hopefully I will do it.
The year was
1776, so sugar.
Yeah, now I'm gonna watch a YouTube video, and possibly do it in an accent as well, depending on how perverse Amy's feeling with her $20 donation. She gets to decide whether I'm gonna do it in an accent or do it in an impersonation of someone real or imagined. So please stay with us. We'll be gone for about 10 minutes. We will be back soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sing it as Marcel Marceau.
Why do I do this to myself? It's a great
Sing it as
cause.
Jar Jar.
Barrett's private. Okay, you think of some ideas, and this is just torture. All right, thank you so much for sticking with us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the web page, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shot full of no's. It's TNT, TNT Beyond, yeah, TNT, TNT Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible war. It's TNT, TNT, TNT Beyond.
Hey, hey, they're the ice holes, and people say they're not too polite, but they're just busy questing to end this endless night.
Got the perfect warlock, her weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the web page, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shot full of no's. It's TNT, TNT Beyond, yeah, TNT, TNT Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible war. It's TNT, TNT, TNT Beyond.
Hey, hey, they're the ice holes, and people say they're not too polite, but they're just busy questing to end this endless night. they're the ice holes, and people say they're not too polite, but they're just busy questing to end this endless night.
Got the perfect warlock, her weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the webpage, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shaft full of no's. It's D&D, D&D Beyond, yeah, D&D, D&D Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible wall. It's D&D, D&D Beyond.
Hey, hey, they're the ice holes, and people say they're not too polite, but they're just busy questing to end this endless night. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, we're raising money for Duchenne muscular dystrophy research. We are at $360 of our $500 goal. Thank you so much for your generosity. And because of some of the milestones we've hit and the donations we've made, there's a few things that I now have to do as the DM to debase isn't probably the right word, but I'm going to use it anyway, debase myself, to make the rewards matter. So the song that has been chosen for me is a Barbie Girl. And I know some of the folks in chat were asking about that, so I will sing that for you. And Amy made a donation of $20, and I am doing it in the style of Frank Sinatra. So, God help me, nobody clip this. Okay. I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. I think I'm going to stop there because I don't want to say that I'm a blonde bimbo as Frank Sinatra. But thank you very much for everybody donating. I will do that one more time.
Very good.
I'm not sure Sinatra's buried deeply enough to save you.
No,
Surprise.
he's coming back. Yeah, there's nothing stopping him. His phylactery is somewhere. I'm done. So Gary does an accent impersonation for 5 minutes. Okay, so tell me what accent to do, and I will do that. Thank you very much for that $20 donation. In the meantime, we are going to continue, and I may break out into an accent at a point that is appropriate.
Singularly inappropriate.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. So you're back on the shore, and all of you notice that your star metal weapons have begun to become quite warm to the touch. As you get nearer to the forest, that only increases slightly.
We're getting closer to the pages.
There, yep, go ahead.
Says, if anybody's got the ability to do some detect magic, kind of helps.
Yes.
That's one thing I noticed, but gotta be really careful because there are other things out there that can give us a point or two, some divination stuff. But I gotta confess, I've seen people do it when they were a little too close, and it can be really funny for everybody else in the group. So I'm just saying, just detect magic for now. But if you want to use something else tricky, there's sometimes it doesn't work exactly as you expect.
Story of my life.
So why don't I get a survival check from anybody who's trained, and if there are multiple people trained, one person can roll with advantage.
I have +5.
I'm trained, so let me give you advantage.
Okay, Grizzle, why don't you make me a survival check, please?
With advantage, okay, 2 dice. It was a 1 and a 2, so the 2 + 5.
Okay, so that's 7.
Proficiency.
That's not great.
Wait, +3. It's 10 because I have proficiency.
10. Okay.
Battle checks.
Okay. There is what looks to be an old footpath that leads more or less into the forest that you can see.
Mainly less.
I'm just like, I think this is the way. I'm very confident about this as well.
Oh no, Tempest is the way.
So are you gonna travel the footpath that Grizzle has pointed out to you helpfully?
I'm just throwing out there. If somebody can detect magic, it might be helpful in getting us some information.
Okay.
Not it.
I will cast detect magic.
Okay, so you detect magic, and you actually detect that there's a strange thrumming in the weave in the direction sort of south. Grizzle doesn't see a path going that way, but as you get closer, he does actually notice that there's actually a game trail going that way. He didn't notice it on his first pass, but when you sort of point out the direction of the energy that you're feeling from your detect magic, it actually is leading you more toward that southern path.
Over here.
Are you sure? Are you sure over there? Like, I'm pretty, like, this path seems pretty open.
Take never the open path in life. Cleave always to the difficult, concealed one.
The last time I didn't listen to you, Thorund, yeah, we're just gonna go your way, I think. I think everybody just ignore what I said and let's do what Thorund's saying.
Wow. I need to keep you around.
You travel an hour past the fork and you comes to a blockage. There's a tree collapsed across the path, and it's covered with twisted green vines. In fact, this part of the forest is thick with gnarled vines, You, stopped.
Are you having an aneurysm?
Just debasing myself for a good cause continually. Okay, what would you like to do? There's a fallen tree, and there are vines that are sort of wrapped around it. And as you look around the forest, you see that this particular area is thick with green vines. And what's happened is the tree has sort of fallen over into the path and taken the vines with it. So now a lot of the vines are sort of taut up, blocking the path. What would you like to do?
I want to swing my star axe through it.
Are you muted, Grizzle?
I want to swing my star.
No, sorry, hang on. It's my
through the
problem.
vines.
Just a second. There we go. Go ahead.
Grizzle would like to swing his star metal great axe through the vines.
Okay. Make
Cut
me.
his way.
Yeah, you can do that. So you swing your great axe through the vines. Make me make me a damage roll, please.
Oh no. Okay. 1d12. Ooh, what's the 12 one look like? There it is. 2 + 2 + strength. 2, 4, 6.
6. Okay.
Oh no,
so
it's just 2 + 2. Sorry, it's 4.
Okay, so
It's
you
4 damage.
take a massive swing through the vines, and you cut through a big swath of it. You think the group might be able to crawl through it, but the black moss that was covering the vines that nobody looked for sort of explodes in a cloud as you swing your axe down, and everyone within 20 feet of the vines can make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I was doing so good. That's what Grizzle says.
Oh no. Well,
You still
four.
number one in our hearts, Grizzle, sir.
Nat 20 for 26.
Okay, so what did everybody get? Thorond, how'd you do?
15, and I
15?
get a +2.
Okay, Shadows.
4.
Okay, Dr. Mordek. Dr. Mordek will tell me when she's on mute. Grizzle, you got what? Sorry, Nat 20?
Nat 20 + 6. So
Okay,
26.
Farkan?
Actually, can I use my shield spell here?
No, this is for a saving throw. That blocks you. That improves your
I
AC.
rolled a 6.
6. Okay.
And I rolled a 6.
Burton, how'd you do? Sorry, you're muted.
15.
15. Okay. Dr. Mordek?
16 actually.
16. Okay. The DC was 15. The DC was 15. So I think only Farkan and Shadows Across Rooftops fail. So for the next 8 hours, you have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws. And as you get closer, Grizzle, you realize that the vines and the tree are actually covered with widow's moss. This is something you've seen before, and it actually disperses widely when it comes into contact with fire or physical damage of any kind.
Relay that information to the party.
Well, it's
And
a
I'm
good
like,
thing I didn't try to set it all on fire to get rid of it.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's so if I had looked ahead, I could have warned us of this, but I didn't. So this is
Okay.
because life should be an adventure.
This group is always adventurous. All right, that's 5 minutes. I'm done with Jar Jar.
Yeah. That was Jar Jar? Thank you.
Make no warranty of the quality of the impersonations.
It's delightful.
Covered.
That's much better. Okay, so what would you like to do? You're about halfway cut through those vines, Grizzle.
Should I stop? I'm holding the axe like up like this. Because it didn't affect me, so I don't even realize that anybody else has been hurt by this.
Yeah, you should probably stop. We're all getting.
Is it completely blocking our path? Can we pick our way through the vines?
So you think you might be able to pick your way through. It won't be easy to do, Grizzle, because Grizzle did cut a little bit of a hole. You're probably going to be brushed up against all the moss, and you don't know how that's going to affect you. It's definitely dangerous aerosolized. So you don't know how that's going to work. You think you might be able to pick your way around it, but there might be moss on the outside that you can't see, and there's definitely stinging nettles which might cause you damage if you're walking through.
Wow.
So I'm halfway through already.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Everybody, just back up. I seem to be immune to this stuff. Let me just finish cutting through it, and then it'll be easy peasy.
If he cuts it and it accidentally gets close to us, could I use gust of wind to like
blow
push
it back
away
at him?
from all of us?
Absolutely, you could.
Cool. Maybe that should be the plan then. Grizzle can cut it and I'll blow it all away.
Okay, Grizzle, go ahead.
We see this stuff all the.
Make me an attack roll. Yeah, sorry.
And as he's swinging down, he's like, "We see this stuff all the time in the mines. It's goblins are fine. Don't worry." That's 7 plus. Where's my proficiency? 3, 2, 5, 7, 12.
12 damage or 12 to hit? I mean, either's fine.
Oh, 12 to hit.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
That is Mr. D12 again. Ooh, 12 plus.
Oh.
14.
You effortlessly chop your way through the vines. It's not even an impediment for you. You sort of go through, you sort of chop through, and you hop up on the log and you do a hero pose without even realizing you're doing it. But I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, I saw that part coming. Okay. 14 plus 6, so 20.
Oh yeah, you're completely immune. It's clear. There's no other explanation.
He's like, just come right on through, guys. Right on through.
Yeah. Thorond, what is your passive perception?
Oh dear. Sorry.
Never a good question.
I've so many additions.
Yes, of course.
Okay, get +4. That's
okay.
Nice. Where's my passive? Oh, there it is. 14 plus.
Okay.
14.
So Shadows, you're actually the only one that sees this with your passive perception of 15. In the distance, sort of off to the south of you, just beyond the trail, you see something that sticks out in your mind. It's a tall, hardy tree with gray bark. It's the first tree of this kind that you've seen before. What strikes you as odd is not just the color of the bark, but it seems like this tree is singularly bathed in sunlight, whereas the rest of the canopy is sort of bathed in shadows.
Shadows will immediately beeline for what she perceives to be a patch of sunlight, with the intent to nap in it while everyone is making their way through the vines.
Great.
Is this like, have you gone through the vines yet, or you're like on the other side of the vines?
Yeah, you guys are all on the other side of the vines now. Yeah, you're sort of traveling through. Yeah. You made a massive hole. It was like a can opener express.
So is there actual sunshine, or is this tree just sort of like radiant on its own?
There is actual sunshine. It's almost as though the tree is drawing it in from above the canopy, whereas the rest of the canopy is sort of shaded.
Remembering what Her Lady of Sparkles that sent us on this quest had told us about the moon elves that became trees. Does this tree have a face?
This tree does not.
Oh, good. Okay. Are there other trees that have faces?
There are, off in the distance, you can actually see there are other trees with gray bark, sort of open in a grove.
Okay. I will point out the gray bark trees to my companions and then settle in like a very tight little croissant shape among the roots of the tree in the sunshine and wait for them to decide what we're going to do next.
Okay, great.
I'll look to Burton and be like, you know about these tree elves or something, right? The sparkle elves?
Oh, this is the great tree to nap under.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanna? I'm gonna.
I mean,
Oh no, they're gonna have a nap in.
but the page has been missing for 100-something years. I mean, another couple hours ain't gonna hurt him, right?
All right. What would Farkan? What do you think about the gray trees and the open ground in the front of you?
Great question. Let me just figure something.
Sure. What he's figuring it out.
Can I do like any sort of checks on this?
Absolutely. You can make a nature check, or you can make an arcana check.
I think I'll make an arcana check
Okay.
since I've got it.
Yep.
I got a 14.
A 14.
7 plus 7. So
7 plus 7, 14. These trees are unique. You've never seen a tree like this before, and it seems to have some sort of really faint residual magic, but you can't really tell what kind or where it's from. All you know is it seems quite old.
Does it feel like dead people around here, like dead sparkle elves?
No, it doesn't. It does. There's no oppressive, negative, dark emotion or feeling that you get here. It doesn't feel like that at all.
Okay, so this isn't the haunted place, so it's perfectly safe to nap.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
Excellent.
Does anybody want to leave shadows behind and investigate the grove?
Yeah, I'll take a look at the growth.
Sure. So you see that there are there's an open space. The path opens up into about a circle. It's about 40 feet around, and there are 12 gray trees that encircle the outside of the grove. But that's not really what draws your attention. It's really two things. One, your star metal weapon is now quite hot to the touch. So wherever it's stowed, you can actually feel it. And two, there's a confluence of blue, green, and yellow energy that seems to be pulsing in midair in the center of the grove. And in the center of it seems to be dancing a single piece of paper.
Huh. I am...
It's a trap!
I don't believe in traps. I'm going to try to grab that paper.
Okay, so you're going to walk into the grove?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So when you enter the grove, there's a loud voice that speaks, and it comes from everywhere and nowhere all at once. You all hear it almost in your minds, though Dr. Morden hears it out loud. It says, "Why have you come?"
Dum dum needs gum gum.
We're looking for something.
I feel more extrapolation is required.
You're asking the wrong person. Normally the cat takes the notes.
I see no one but you
Is
in the
Dr.
grove.
Mordek by themselves?
Yes, Dr. Mordek is by himself.
Oh, I really should have paid attention. We're looking for some sort of magical thing. I suspect it's on that piece of paper.
Yes, this grove is protected by ancient magic. Sometimes, objects of great power that do not belong on this plane become trapped here, captured in a web of positive energy.
I know what that's like. You see, I was the chief coroner of Ket, and I went into this portal and ended up in this strange realm in this city, in this tavern, and now I can't get back. And so I know what that's like. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, I cannot tell you what the object is, only that it does not belong.
Yeah. Huh. I am the wrong person to have walked into this grove, I gotta tell you. I'm just gonna walk out and get the cat.
Okay.
I love that.
Don't attack. I need to get the
You're
cat.
just like, this is way beyond my pay grade. I'll be back.
I'll be back with someone who pays attention. Yeah.
Okay. So Dr. Mordek returns with shadows across rooftops and potentially everyone. And the disembodied voice says, "Why have you come?"
See, this is what I was. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. She'll tell you.
All right.
This is
That's the one.
I got a page.
Right.
There was no big disembodied voice. It was just so. Not all pages have this. This is special.
All right. So there's a lady that sent us here. There's a book. We're looking for pages from a book. The Codex. Have you am I addressing one of you trees or all of you at once? To whom am I speaking? You should really provide your credentials.
I speak for those who cannot
Speak for the trees.
speak for themselves.
Got it. Lorax. Got it. Okay. All right. We're looking for some pages from a really big book. Like high and about this wide. You got any of those laying around?
No.
Oh.
There is an object of great power at the heart of the grove, but what that object is, I cannot say. I only know that it does not belong.
Isn't that what I just asked you? Tree, come on, help a cat out here. Okay, so
The grove is protected by ancient magic. Sometimes great power objects do not belong on this plane, become trapped here, captured in a web of responsibility. I feel as though we've done this song and dance once before.
But I wasn't here. I was napping.
There was dancing?
There will be dancing.
Wow.
All right.
There will be dancing.
So how do we sever the ties of great responsibility in the middle of your tree selves?
You must prove yourselves worthy. And in a flash, Thorond, you find yourself alone. Your allies are nowhere to be seen. You stand before a vaguely humanoid shape, but it's made with created with translucent blue energy. And it says, "You must prove yourself worthy. If you succeed, the confluence will release what you desire."
Really? Okay, right. What must I do?
I challenge you to a duel of knowledge.
Oh dear. I mean, yes, right. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell me of your god. Why are you a devotee of Tempest? Should you people not seek peace as opposed to battle?
Oh, I agree. And that is why we always come in peace. But you see, the world is an inherently violent place. So we merely bring weapons so that we may be ready. And then, of course, we are always forced to use them. It is truly tragic. There should be a chicken in every basket, a Maserati in every driveway, a champagne-filled hot tub, heart-shaped, in every living room. But sadly, if you have any of those things, there are evil beings that wish to take it away from you, and they always come armed and they do violence. So we of Tempest merely defend the weak. We don't set out to fight, but if there is fighting to be done, we exult in battle so that it be over with the faster, so that peace may be bought, because peace, you see, has a price, and we are those who are ready to pay that price.
Tempest thanks you. And you disappear. And then shadow across rooftops. You must prove yourself worthy. If you succeed, the Confluence will release your prize. Do you accept?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I like prizes.
I challenge you to a duel of deception. I will utter 2 truths and 1 falsehood, and you must determine which is which. The elves who lived here were selfish for giving themselves to the forest and denying themselves to their people. You can make an insight check, if you like. The goblinoids believed what they were doing was wrong, but saw no other options, believing a prophecy that they would die were they to fail. The outcome was inevitable. All happened as it was destined.
Tricksy disembodied voices. I'd like to make an insight check.
You may.
Please. Don't fail me now, digital dice. I got a rock. I got an 8 on my insight check.
Okay, so that was the first one. You can roll you can roll 1 for each. So the first one you got 8. You can't really tell. You don't know if it's true or false. What do you get on your second one?
I feel like the selfishness aspect. Could you repeat the part about the selfish
Absolutely.
elves?
The elves who lived here were selfish for giving themselves to the forest and denying themselves to their people.
I'm gonna call shenanigans on that.
You're going to say that that is the lie?
Yes.
Very wise. Shadows across rooftops.
I read
Very
in a book.
wise indeed. Dr. Morden, I challenge you to a duel of medicine with your mute off.
Well, listen, if you're challenging me to wits, a battle of wits, you're gonna win. If it's about medicine, oh, don't worry about that. It's an aneurysm.
Okay. 3. I can't do this in Pig Latin, but I will try in a few minutes. 3 translucent human forms take shape in front of you, Dr. Morden. Beneath them lie translucent tables. Each of them appears deceased. Well, as much as a translucent fake person can look deceased. The first is a human male. His lip is upcurled slightly, and his eyes are bloodshot. Make me a medicine check.
I don't even need to make one. I know what he died of. But 17.
So his breath smells slightly foul, and the inside of its mouth is tinged green. How did he die?
Tinged green, you say?
Indeed.
Well, this gentleman, over imbued with a certain elvish spirit, which caused him acute alcohol poisoning, which caused an aneurysm. He died of an aneurysm.
That is not correct. The second
I
body
disagree.
is a human female. She has a dried blood trail coming from her left ear. May you make a med check, please?
I know what it's going to be. That's a 19.
Okay. The left ear is actually caked with blood, and the mouth is full of some chalky substance that you can't identify.
Yes. This person was poisoned, which caused her to asphyxiate, leading to a lack of oxygen, which of course caused an aneurysm.
That is correct. The third body is a human female. She has no outward signs of trauma that you can see, though her clothing is slightly tattered. Make me a medicine check, please.
13. This person clearly is of the working class variety, probably some sort of chambermaid, thus malnutritioned, and as we all know, a lack of caloric intake on a daily basis can cause a spike in blood pressure, also a spike in brain activity, which of course caused, you guessed it, an aneurysm.
You have failed. Grizzle. Somebody message Grizzle. Grizzle. Hi. Okay, Grizzle, it's you. Grizzle, you must prove yourself worthy. If you succeed, the Confluence will release your prize. If you must prove yourself worthy,
Where
Grizzle.
am I?
You're in the forest, but all of your friends are gone. It's just you and a blue translucent form, vaguely humanoid in shape, who's now speaking to you, saying you must prove yourself worthy, and if you succeed, the Confluence will release your prize.
Okay. You know what? I'll do it. And he like stands up straighter.
I pay you to I don't know how to do Pig Latin. A duel of luck. Do you feel lucky, Grizzle?
Punk.
Let me check my stat sheet.
He opens his palm, and it reveals a set of 2 6-sided dice.
How about we use my dice? And I pull out my dice set.
Sure. You can apply your proficiency.
Yes.
Exactly. You can apply your proficiency bonus and your int or wisdom, but if you'd like to finesse the dice, now I wouldn't call it cheating, but it would be. You can use your dexterity modifier instead.
No, he doesn't cheat. He plays straight, and that's why he suggested his dice set, because he's afraid of loaded die from anybody, especially creepy tree gods that are trying to win a battle of wits.
Okay. So we are going to do opposed dice rolls. So give me a d20 and let me know what your check is.
So d20 plus wisdom plus proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11.
That is enough. Well done on that first round. But you will not best me again. Go ahead, roll one more time.
I need to know what the stakes are before we continue. What do I lose if I lose?
More than you can imagine. But-
So I don't like that. I don't like that part.
But you have no choice. If you wish the object in the confluence, you must prove yourself worthy.
Everybody else seemed to really want this book of planes travel. Okay, let's do it again.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll. What'd you get?
Ooh, that's a not natural 20.
Okay. That is a success. And his set of dice disappear, and he says, Grizzle, you are indeed lucky.
Ooh. Thank you.
Farkan, you must prove yourself worthy. If you succeed, the confluence will reward you with your prize. You're now alone in the grove. A large, translucent, vaguely humanoid creature is speaking to you and says, I challenge you to a duel of arcane knowledge. What secrets did you hope to uncover when you became a wizard? Why did you choose the path?
I tried to discover the secret of fire, the meaning behind fire, and how it can be used for destruction and for good as well.
Yes.
What was the second question again?
That answers both quite
Oh,
succinctly.
okay, cool. Nice.
Well done, Farkan. You
Thank you.
are worthy.
Neat.
Burton, you must prove yourself worthy. If you succeed, the confluence will release your prize. You're standing in the grove by yourself. A large, translucent figure wreathed in blue energy stands before you and says, I challenge you to a duel of oratory. You believe yourself worthy. You believe yourself a page bearer already. Tell me why.
I think I'm a page bearer because I didn't seek to be a page bearer. A page was thrust into my hands. This is not the group that I brought to seek glory for myself. It just was a group that I stumbled across. I don't want to claim ownership of a page. Somebody else does. Somebody's going to do something good with it. Then I'm going to go to somebody else and help them do something too. The reason why I should be a page bearer is because I'm the last person on this around that wants to be.
Burton, I find you worthy. In a moment, all of you appear once again in the grove, snapped out of whatever revelry you were in before. But did you ever even leave? The blue figure has disappeared and your friends are all around you. The energy confluence has dissipated and the page floats harmlessly to the ground. You have been found worthy. Well, 5 of you anyway. What do you do?
That's right there. That's just like the other one. Right there. Found it. 2 for 2.
I'm not touching it. Last time I did the touching, it didn't go good. So somebody else can do the touching.
That's true. I will volunteer to do the touching if no one else wants to do the touching.
Okay.
Informed consent.
So you pick it up. And you won't be able to see it quite as easily, but this is what it looks like. There's some symbols you don't recognize, and a crude drawing, as much as you can tell. This is what the page looks like. And for the voice, I am going to say, Uye, Avhe, Inbe, Unfe, or the way, Uye, O, A. You've all been found worthy. I tried. No warranty on the quality of that nonsense. So you've all been found worthy. When you pick it up, you actually see a square depression on the ground, as if something heavy once stood in this spot.
How big of a something?
It's hard to tell. There's about an inch deep depression.
Oh, but like how?
How wide? It's about four
Yeah.
feet square. 4 feet square.
That's above my pay grade. I will begin slowly backing away from the depression in the ground with the page in my hand.
Okay.
Is the runes on the page giant?
They are no language that any of you recognizes.
Okay.
In fact, it may not be a language at all. You're not sure.
I have so many questions. You strong ones should totally look into that weird divot in the ground. Like, go stand in it. What could possibly happen?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Burton looks. He sees anything up that potentially could fall down and make that indentation.
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think of that.
You didn't. You don't see anything above you, Burton. It's actually just clear skies. It's this grove is open to the clouds.
And that's why we brought Burton along.
So we got the page though. Do we need to touch this, or like do we need to go further into the forest? How many pages were we gonna get?
One. She's quite specifically was sending you for one page.
I mean, is this our quest complete? Like, what do you think, Burton? Like, are we good here? Should we keep looking?
Any ding or some real sense of satisfaction. So maybe.
I mean, I feel pretty satisfied.
I can get like, wow, like 1,000 potions from that potion guy with 250 coins. So I'm feeling pretty rich.
I mean, I guess, are we supposed to collect them all at once? Do we get paid at the end of all of the pages? How do we know where to stop? Like, are there an infinite number of pages? This is supposed to be the most amazing book ever, but it'd be really heavy to carry around. And like, Shadows just goes into a stupor at the idea of the biggest book in the world. Like,
She starts spiraling,
yeah,
literally
but, like,
and
in a good
figuratively.
way. Yeah. She's chasing her tail.
You know that you were here for the one page. That's the only energy surge that they got was from the one, and you don't know what the depression means, but you definitely have recovered the page. So
the voice is gone. No one's talking to us anymore.
you haven't spoken to the voice, really?
Oh, hey, voice.
It does not reply to "Hey, voice."
Voice, sir? Lady? Did we...
Hey, Moon Man.
Spirits of the forest.
Still not answering.
Are the trees still sunbeamy?
Yes. Still glowy and warm looking.
Well, then I'm going to go back to the warm, glowy tree with the page, and the rest of you can figure out what we do next.
Okay.
Can I investigate the indent?
Absolutely. Go for it.
I'm not good at it, but I'll try. D20. That's an 8.
Yeah, you don't really see anything in the depression. In fact, for a moment, you lose the depression. You're like, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Okay, I'll take a look and investigate the depression.
Okay, go for it.
Because Dr. Mordek is an expert on depression.
About to say.
23.
You find bits of stone and mortar, like a statue once stood there.
Until it died of an aneurysm.
Yes, Thorin, yes.
Got it.
So what would you like to do now?
There seem to be any footprints moving away from the indentation.
None.
Thing just like vanished, I guess. There was a statue there. What happened to it?
Make me an Arcana check, Farkan, or anybody who has it.
I see that. That's 16 plus 7, so 23.
Okay. Farkan, you suspect that it's possible the confluence of energy that trapped the page and the power that Burton described that these pages possess once they come to this plane may have incinerated whatever stood there and left only rough traces of stone and mortar. So you're able to share that with everybody.
A lot of things that could be. That's one of the better ones. Unless one of you guys owned a statue, but I don't think so.
What happened the last time you got a page? Is this some new stuff, or is this
Oh,
kind
this-
of par for the course?
No, this is all this forest. I think this is yeah. The other page was, hey, I got a page. It was a lot easier. I guess it really depends where the page is, or I don't know. Maybe it's just the first page is easy, and after that they get really hard. I don't know, but it didn't have any talking trees, contests, sort of incinerations. At least not that I noticed. Maybe you were behind a curtain or something. None that I saw. I mean, we pretty much got the thing. I mean, that's the extent of my experience at this point. So,
Could you read the page, Barton? Like, did it look all weird and jumbly like our page?
actually, Burton has keen mind, so he remembers the page clearly. Can he describe what it was to the group?
Yeah, absolutely. Burton describes a very similar page to what you saw before. It had similar writing, not exactly the same. You're able to sketch out copies of the symbols, except instead of the sort of like a craggy shape like this, it was more of a rough circle with the lines in the middle and a large black sort of hole in the center that was filled out.
Is this us? And Shadow will point to the center of the circle on the page. Like, tree circle, sparkle circle, us? Like, maybe we have to go to the next one of these to find the next page?
Never really noticed that. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have made sense to us until we got here to the sparkle circle.
That's true.
Grizzle's nodding along like he's understanding what's happening, but is just like way above his head.
Would, disregarding the markings at the top of the page, would the mountainy looking bits of this new page look like anything to Shadow or to her fellow very well-traveled adventurers?
Yes. Does anybody actually, you know what, I'm not even going to make you make a check because you've all sort of been around the block and you were just on a ship. You know that oftentimes in iconography, this sort of up and down line, when done in a straight line, represents water as opposed to other stuff. So this sort of wavy bit is a way to depict water if you don't want to do the fancy sort of wave nonsense.
Could we make the lines higher and make them into mountains instead of going back to more water? So Shadow's not into that.
I mean, technically no, because you don't have that page. That page is with Delchandra. But if you could convince her to give you the page, you could absolutely deface it and make it mountains, so you never have to go into the water again.
Oh no, but like our page, the one that we just rescued.
Oh, you want to make it mountains instead of water?
Well, but does our page say water? Or does it say
yes, it does have the pointy bits at the bottom, which might indicate water.
But do we recognize that tall, jaggedy bit with the death cave? It looks like a mountain with a death cave that we should go explore.
Yes, it does. It does look like a mountain. Maybe it's hard. It's a very simple drawing to say whether you've been there before. It could be a mountain in the Earth-fast mountains, but who's to say, really?
Let me get this straight, Shadows. The water's freaking you out, but the mountain with the death cave, that's fine. Let's just go straight there.
I mean, we survived the last death cave.
She does have a point. We did do that.
Oh, we also survived the last boat ride.
Yes.
Barely. Like, did you see there was almost a hole in our ship? We were almost wet. It was awful.
It was also on fire, in case you
Yeah,
don't remember that.
fire. Yeah, ships are bad. I mean,
How much catnip do you need for me not to go into a death cave?
how about we give you the catnip when we go into the death cave?
Okay.
Unless you think it's going to cause an aneurysm.
Yeah, too much cat. Aneurysm 100% of the time.
That is chapter 13 of my next book, by the way.
Lucky 13.
All right, so what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna go back to the boat? Are you gonna camp out overnight? What is your plan? Are you gonna consult the crystals? Because I feel like my chakras are really in need of a cleansing. You tell me what you're gonna do, because I'm just I don't really know, and I kind of feel like I should,
Are you having an aneurysm, Gary?
No. $20 was provided, and I felt the need to do an impression for 5 minutes, and so this is what I chose.
So is this
become a
Russell
valley
Brand?
This is somebody out of the valley in California, and this is my really bad impression. It's not good.
It's actually pretty accurate.
Oh,
Yeah, I literally live in the valley in California, so yeah.
oh my! How am I doing? Put a latte in my hand and choke me with a stardust. Oh my god!
Are you doing?
That's what direction I'm going to go. So that's definitely California.
Hopefully whoever donated is happy with this performance. But I see that we're $100 away from my last song, and we've got 30 minutes to do it, and I think we can. So what would you guys like to do?
Based on what we know about what happened in that indent, I'm just going to be I'm the brave one. I'm just going to step in it and see what happens.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Damn it.
Well done. Very bravely stepped.
Then after I step in, I look disappointed that I haven't been able to use a fire spell today on this journey yet.
You're fired.
We're not home yet, so.
That's true.
Burton, do you think your Lady of Sparkles would know what we should do next? Do you have an idea? I don't know.
I figure at this point we should probably just start heading back to the beach and potentially, catch the ship.
Is the ship still at the beach? I
Well,
think we should go check.
it's going to come back eventually, we can always signal it somehow if we have a big way of signaling a giant.
Oh, maybe I can shoot fire.
In a forest. Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. That's not very smart.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
want to burn the whole forest down.
We determined that the fire sets off the poison.
That's
Wow.
true. Then I just poisoned all of us.
I mean, maybe we're far enough away.
And burn down the forest. It's a twofer.
Just be
Yeah,
careful where you're
wow.
aiming.
I'm so glad we're adventurers and only do the wrong thing.
All right.
Grizzle wants to get paid, so he's leaning heavily on like, yeah, let's go back and turn this thing into the Sparkle Lady and see what we can get.
Oh my god, that is like the best idea ever. Like literally the best. So you guys walk back, and what's interesting to you is that there are actually 3 dead bodies. There are, there's a gnome, a dwarf, and a halfling. It is not the start of a joke. Okay, don't even start, Dr. Mordek. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go up to one of the corpses.
Uh-huh.
And
Aneurysm.
Did they die of aneurysms?
I thought I'd just, short circuit the process.
well, yeah, thank you. That's very, very astute, Thorn. But I'm gonna cast Speak to the Dead.
Okay. All right. You have 5 questions. What would you like to ask?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm
That's
dead.
one wasted.
How'd you die?
The trees killed me. And you actually see that there are indentations around their limbs, torso, and throat, like the black dust from the moss, almost as though the forest itself attacked them.
Why'd they attack you?
We were looking for something.
So I'll turn over to my friend. So they were looking for something. Should I ask them what they were looking for? I bet you it's the page.
I feel like we were looking for something.
Do we recognize them? Are they members of our crew? Or are they just weirdos?
Make an investigation check.
I got a 10.
So,
Me too?
So you recognize them not as members of the crew, Shadows, but Dr. Mordek, you actually noticed that their hands are oddly dirty, like almost as if they put their hands in a pile of loose coal. You sort of wipe off their hands a little bit, and what you come to realize is that all 5 of their fingers on all 3 of the corpses are completely black, purposefully tattooed in ink. You can make me a you can make me anyone can make me a religion check. Who has it?
Would Grizzle? So sorry, this is like more of a goblin question.
Yeah.
18.
Are the tribes of goblins like the ones that got run out of this forest and chased and killed by the moon elves?
Mhm.
Like, is that a story I would know? Do I even care? Like,
It's
are
actually-
different tribes of goblins like.
It's actually the other way around. The goblins drove the moon elves out. And they were
Okay.
Yeah, and so it is probably a story you've heard of. The lesser known story is when the goblins got pushed out by a bunch of human armies. So yeah, that's what you would know. You definitely the glorious goblin victory. So anybody who got over a 17 on their religion check, you know that Bishaba is close in your mind, also known as the Maid of Misfortune, the Lady Doom, because you fought her aspect, and she told you sort of that there was something going on in the barrow, Troll's Heart Barrow, that you couldn't understand. You know that there is a cult of assassins that worships the Lady Bishaba and seek to understand her will, and they are called the Blackfingers. So you can extrapolate potentially depending on the questions you ask, but You have 2 more questions though for Speak with Dead.
Team huddle before we start just spouting out questions.
Absolutely.
Our Lady of Bad Luck, would she have sent these 3 after us, after the page? Is she trying to maybe travel the planes to escape? Like her, because we fought her aspect. The surface.
We freed her, didn't we? Didn't she like escape?
That was a bad. Yeah, that was a
I
bad.
mean, not technically. You didn't free her. You actually killed her. But when you slew her, Grizzle, she whispered into your ear that I told you that you would free me because she couldn't escape, and you released her from her prison.
Shit. I relay that to the to the crew that like, oh, just like quick like side note, when we fought her, she told me that like I set her free when I killed her. So I'm sure that's not going to be a problem and is completely unrelated to the current situation.
Yeah, totally. All right, cool.
Just imagine that Farkan is that meme where it's like the dog with or surrounded by fire saying, "This is fine."
This is fine.
Burton, do you have any insight you'd like to share on the page and the drama that they're discussing?
No, I mean, it's one of those things where they're going to have to make their own decision and figure out where it is they want to go. Any plane is possible. Any decision is possible. And, really don't have much more to say.
I'm not smart, but I am pretty wise. Can we travel with this page?
Well, crap. Oh, doesn't one of you have the magic that can tell what the other magic is? Is this a magic page? That's the coolest book ever. Like, is there magic in this page?
I guess. Can I do an Arcana check on it?
You can make an Arcana check, but I'm going to get you to make an Intelligence check first.
Okay. I have to do that one first.
That's not ominous.
Much.
All right. Or that's a 12.
So you remember when Shadows Across Rooftops is talking about the magic that detects other magics? Burton did warn you that casting spells of the divination school close to the page will cause bad things to happen to everybody else. So you can communicate to Shadows that that's really a terrible idea.
Okay. Shadows, that's a terrible idea.
I'm glad one of us was paying attention. I'll put that in my notes for next time.
Now, detect magic might give some information, but anything really other is bad.
Yep.
Like cross the stream's bad.
But in the end, doesn't that work to save us from giant sticky monsters?
You know it's serious because Burton crossed his finger guns. So you have 2 more questions to ask this deceased person.
What do you think, folks? What should I ask them?
Do we get 5 questions per body?
No, 5
we got
questions
3
per spell.
bodies. But like, could we cast it 2 more times?
Yes, if you wanted.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're only going to get 4
right.
questions. You're only going to get 4 questions per body if Dr. Mordick asks how each of them are.
That's true.
That is true.
That's just
There's
good.
no reason to be rude.
Yeah, that's what doctors do.
Yeah.
When it's too late.
Yeah. Did the rest of y'all, when we went into our mind palaces, have to play a game of luck? Because I did, and isn't she the bad luck lady? Was that Bashaba? So no? Okay, just
No.
no.
I played two
creepy.
truths and a lie.
She
I
basically
had
just
my
asked me about what I want to do with magic and stuff.
We just had a little conversation.
Should we ask the dead bodies about Bashaba? If they know about it or something? You know about her.
Can't hurt.
Okay, Dr. Mordek, what would you like to ask?
I don't know.
Maybe a simple, did the Lady of Bad Luck send you?
Oh yeah, good one. Hey, dead guys. Did the lady of bad luck or luck?
Bashaba is bad luck.
Bashaba send you?
The maid of misfortune. I serve the maid of misfortune in life and death.
Ooh,
That's
So
her.
that's a yes.
I think that's a yes.
Hmm.
Do you think they were coming to get the page? That'd be too much of a coincidence not to.
Yeah. I don't think they were just going on a travel.
Wonder if we should ask, like, we can just assume they know about the page. So, like, we should ask, what does Bashaba want with the page?
Good one.
Yes. Yes.
What does Bashaba want with the page?
Control. And his mouth stops moving.
Did he
What
say
did you
troll?
say? Troll?
Control, not troll.
Oh,
She's not.
control.
I mean, she trolled you in the last episode. She's not. It's control.
Listen, the last thing I need to do is fight a troll right now. You know, like I've had a big day.
So Bashaba's after these pages.
Mm-hmm.
Pages can bring control.
And the sparkly lady sent us down to. I don't feel like she was super honest with why we went into the dwarf cave to fight her mirror image or spirit
Mhm.
form. Is the sparkly lady Bashaba or like an avatar of her, or did
Ooh.
anybody look at her fingers?
Yeah, have we asked her for her credentials, or have we just taken her at her word that
We
she's
have-
the
More or less taken her at her word, though Flip did recommend you go talk to her if you wanted context and said that she owed him a favor. So take that to mean what you will.
So we should really we should
Yeah, we
find
should.
Flip,
Yes.
give him a hard time.
Yep.
Wow. Abused
Yeah,
in his
let's-
own time.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's maybe go back
Yeah, we
to
should
town
talk to
and see if our
Sparkly
boat's there.
Lady as well.
Yeah.
Somebody should
So
look at her fingers.
Was
so
she wearing gloves?
she was not wearing gloves. No. There was no ink that you can recollect, but perhaps Burton, with his keen mind, could tell you for sure.
Can I?
Yes, there was. You remember almost as though it was yesterday, as if she was caressing your hand, that there's no black ink on her fingertips that you could see.
Burton, do you work with the sparkly lady? Like, what's your connection to her in her like school? Like, is she headmistress?
She randomly found me. It was I was talking about how I found one of the pages, and I was, I'm not exactly, subtle when I do something really cool like that. And she came to me and said, can you find more? And I said, I'm gonna need a team. So that's kind of how it happened. I mean,
That makes sense.
She came to you and caressed your hand.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would do it.
I
It
mean,
happens to all of us.
pretty much, yeah. I get my hand caressed a lot. I mean,
You are a charming person. Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, and I try to be nice to people and eat right and
The exercise, yeah.
when between naps.
Mm.
How cool is Burton in Grizzle's mind? How like just rad is this dude?
Totally. This guy is dope as hell.
You see, Grizzle starts to like copy some of Burton's mannerisms instead of Thorin's, just like right now.
Just like that.
All of a sudden, you're going to be talking to people and to intimidate them. Grizzle's going to be like this. All right, so the boat is there when you return, and you're able to sort of push out the rowboat, to the main ship, and the captain welcomes you back and says, we came as promised, of course. You must be tired. Please feel free to go rest. The hands are still shaken up from the battle, but we will call you if we need your assistance. Please do rest and recover your strength. It must have been a long night.
Oh, you have no idea.
We had a long night. How long have we been off?
Yeah, wait a minute.
The translucent conversation seems to have taken much longer than it seemed.
Huh.
How long have we been gone?
You've been gone for almost a full day.
Yeah, like totally. Yeah, we know that. That's fine. This is fine. Can I like look at all the crew members' hands?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Make me a deception check to see if you can do it subtly without alerting them to the fact you're doing something weird.
Ooh, I have advantage. Well, I have -1, but I do have advantage.
I am a manicurist.
Okay, here we go. That's a nat 20, baby.
You can absolutely, you can convince them of more or less anything, and none of them have black hands.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I give the nod to like shadows of like I think they're all like chill. Like I think we're good here.
Are you going to take them up on the relaxation, or are you going to sort of be a bit more rigid?
Shadow's going below decks.
Yeah,
She's
I'm going to sleep. After that, I'm chill. Yep.
She's had enough of this.
The hobgoblin attacked us.
Yes.
I'm staying alert.
Okay.
Were his hands inked?
You couldn't really see because the hobgoblin didn't ever get very close, and at the time you didn't realize that black fingers were a thing because you never actually directly interacted with them. They were always on the bat. The closest they got to you was 10 feet, but again, at the time, you wouldn't have thought to look for it.
Probably have gloves too.
Yes.
I mean, we could always go back the same way we came and see if we could find a hobgoblin treading water.
You get inspiration for that, Burton. We don't have much time left, but that's well earned.
Nice.
So on the way back, anyone who sleeps, your sleep is not interrupted, but it is fitless. You have a nightmare of okay, I'm doing one more impersonation. We have 5 minutes left to hit our goal, and I'm doing an impersonation. I haven't been told what yet, so for now I will do a plucky German doctor. You have been told that your sleep is disturbed by a very strange creature. You cannot tell what the creature is beyond that it is made of cheese. The only way you can describe it is to say... The only way that you can describe it is to say that it is a golem made of cheese that interrupts this, your daughter's wedding day. From its face and pores flow nacho cheese. It tries to get its cheese on you as an attack of some kind. The Queso Mafia is coming for you. You know who you are.
That's cheesy.
I hope that the mafia is a masculine mafia.
encourage him. It's beautiful. We love you, Gary.
I hope you like this Gouda Godfather impression that I am doing for all of you. I will continue to make you offers you cannot refuse until we are done raising money for Jesse's journey. So the rest of the boat ride is uneventful beyond the queso golem. And when you awake, anyone who slept, it was less like a dream and more like a vision of a creature you may face at some point in the future. When you arrive back, the captain lets you know that Delchandra awaits you eagerly at the guild, and you should return there immediately.
I say we go to the tavern and get a pint or a snack. I'm feeling kind of like peckish, like crackers. I need some crackers, nice fine wine.
Oh, halfling cheese.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Jeez.
Yeah. Why do I have a hankering for cheese? Anyway, maybe we don't go straight to the Delsandra.
Sure.
That feels...
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So you guys can hang out in the tavern for as long as you like.
She doesn't like send any of her minions for us or anything.
She does not.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have another pint.
Farcan's going to be coming into the thing sozzled. He's like, why did you send us to the forest without telling us that it was freaking haunted? I don't get it.
And you sent me somewhere where I couldn't use fire.
Yeah. It's like they don't know you at all.
I know.
I don't know. What do I think? Like, do we play along with Delsandra? Like, what's the plan? Are we gonna go in, like, antagonize her, accuse her, ask to see her hands?
No.
No.
That tips our hand right away. That arouses her suspicions. We must be subtle, like
We're gonna be
adventurers.
cool.
Ah!
Subtle like a bag of hammers.
Yeah, that's it.
Would it be too conspicuous to ask her about Bashaba? Like, I'm wondering. I don't know.
Maybe if we ask from like a lore perspective, like maybe not mention the fact that we set her free. Just be like, hey, I was reading this book about Bashaba. And
I
it's
have-
a bad time.
I could ask her about my sword.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I don't have any shiny coins anymore, and the tab is up, so I need to go get paid from her too.
Okay.
That's true.
Burton, how do you feel as the only one before this group was a page bearer? Do you have any advice to them for how to deal with Delchandra? Because she did seek you out.
You probably won't have to buy your own drinks for a while, which is a perk. When you're surrounded with a new group of people, ask more questions before you go in, because the first page was really easy. The second page that you find, I don't know, might have like 7 dragons or something. So really ramp up. We don't know. So just that's pretty much the advice I would give you. Next time, just try to go to a place where you could like burn a lot of stuff, because that seems like the general hankering for immolation.
And if it doesn't work out, we can always immolate Delsandra. Delchandra.
Sparkle Lady.
This was not my intention on the day of the finding of the last page. All right, so what would you like to do? You're in the tavern. Nobody's come looking for you. Nobody's come knocking on your door.
Guess it's time to go collect our shinies.
Okay.
Yep.
You're escorted to Delchandra directly when you go to the guild, and she greets you eagerly. And Phillip is actually there as well. So she says, "Tell me, please, what happened? Did you find the page? Where was it?"
Can we see your hands? Nothing up your sleeves?
My hands? I'm not a parlor magician. I'm wearing a sleeveless dress, but she sort of like shakes her arms awkwardly, and there's no black that you can see.
Before we show you any pages or anything, what about our payment here?
Oh yes, it's on the desk. You can collect it once the page is provided. Was it there? Did you find it?
Grizzle looks at anybody else if she's talking to him and is like, what do we do? What do we do?
She's looking sort of at everybody.
I mean, we found a lot of things. We found some fire beetles. We found some dead bodies. We found a really good napping spot. If you were ever really looking for like some really golden light right next to like a weird gray tree that was really nice.
Really just looking for the page of potentially world-shattering evil.
But you do know.
Oh, that evil.
Sorry, Burton, what'd you say?
Trees have no faces on them, so it's really good.
Yeah. Face-free trees, yes, wonderful. Most trees don't have faces, so that isn't really saying anything, but wonderful, thank you.
Does anyone have Zone of Truth? Looking at Dr. Morden, did you bring that particular volume with you today? Is anyone like?
Everybody's looking at their spells.
Just trying.
I mean, I didn't hear.
All I got is clairvoyance that might be of use.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do we have any way to tell if this lady's telling us the truth?
Oh yes, I do.
Milady, it's not that we don't trust you, but
It's that we don't trust you.
yeah, we were wondering if you would consent to, a little truth cone, circle of truth, just between friends. You understand?
Fine.
The Zone of Truth.
She'll voluntarily fail the will save. Wisdom. Me too, Ed, different editions.
Bingo.
Do you know anything about this? And I show her Shadow Weaver.
I can't say specifically. It looks like a weapon of some kind. What is special about it?
Yeah, no, that's it. Just starting this on easy questions. Real like, what's your name? Where are you from? Like, we're cool.
Is there a question forthcoming, or are we just gonna keep standing here looking at each other?
Why do you want the pages?
Well, I told you. Well, I didn't tell you. You told me. Thorond knew the origin of the Codex Cosmologica, in that the guild sent a group of heroes to the Shadowfell to retrieve it from a lord of some kind. We don't know who or why. These heroes were intercepted, and the Codex Cosmologica was destroyed.
Yes.
We believe, as I've said, and you already knew, that the Codex Cosmologica was used by ancient planar travelers to travel between planes at the spots where it was thin, where it was easiest and least likely to provide errors.
Yeah.
What we suspect, based on our research, is that when the Codex was destroyed, it may have weakened these thin spots to the degree where, with the right application of leverage, holes can be pierced through to make permanent gateways between the planes. Without the entire book, we can't say for sure, and we know, with all of the powerful mages here at the college, it's safer here than anywhere else, which is why for the past 100 years, myself and some of the people with whom I deal have been actively seeking these pages when they appear, which is why, when we heard of Burton's boasting, we encouraged him to make a deal with us to surrender the page for the good of, well, everyone, everywhere.
How do we know that you're going to do good things with it and that you're not going to take advantage of the weak points in between the planes and go conquer them all?
Well, you may not know how our college was founded. The city was founded some time ago, and there was a great struggle in the early times. Each of the warring factions possessed wizards of great power, and instead of creating a magic apocalypse, the likes of which the world had never seen, the mages got together without the knowledge of their warlord masters to take no part in it. And most of them agreed, and that is how the college was founded. In fact, the college was founded a little before the city was.
That feels like a non-answer.
Yeah, lady. Like, what? Look.
We have always made we have always made it our goal to prevent world-altering catastrophes, and this is no different.
That still doesn't answer the question.
How would you like me to answer the question?
Are you going to try and use the portals? And by you, I mean in a definite VU sense, like you as a collective, going to use the portals and try and take over the world.
I appreciate the more formal VU, as we are not well known to each other. But no, I have no intention of doing that. In fact, we until the book is whole, we won't know what happened and where. We believe that the book is beyond what seems to be defenses. We believe that the book's magic was drained by its destruction, and only when the book is whole will we know the true extent of the damage. I have no intention of going to other planes. I sent heroes to the Shadowfell because I didn't want to go there, and I felt that they could handle it. They could not. They failed. Some group of heroes convinced them that destroying the book made more sense, which I don't understand, but that was neither here nor there.
So how did you know where the page was going to be?
Our wizards, using a combination of divination, transmutation, and abjuration magic, are constantly on the look for the thrumming in the weave that the emergence of these pages cause. I can't say we do it every minute of every day, but actively we're seeking this. I without being an arcanist, I can't. Farkan would understand. It's a. I will describe it this way, as I know you are a creature of great knowledge. There are subtle reverberations in the spiderweb. And over the past years, we've honed our ability to detect them. Which is why we've been able to find, and she says, you may not trust me, but by bringing the page back here, I have learned to trust you. And she plops this book on the table. I didn't mislead you. I just didn't tell you that the book is more or less complete. With the page you've recovered, there may only be one page missing. And then we'll know the true damage and hopefully, possibly with your help, fix it. And then Flip pipes up. Ha! Right.
I would look around at everyone and like, what do you think? Like, do we fork it over?
We're in the zone of truth. Like, that was all
Yeah.
deception free. Is she a good person? I guess I would have to assume she's a good person.
She thinks she believes she's a good person.
Yes, good people can do bad things thinking they're doing it for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If we go down that road, we will never decide anything in life. So I'd say give it to her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Doc?
She's still into the zone of truth.
Yes.
If we gave you this page, would bad things happen?
I can't answer that question. Not perpetrated by me, but bad things could happen. I can't say for sure.
Is somebody else looking for the pages of this book? Possibly.
Who can say? It is a powerful item of magic, and anyone who knows about it may seek it, particularly if they have ill intent.
We don't know anyone like that.
No, wouldn't know nothing about people like that.
Burton, you trusted her Lady of Sparkles enough to give her the page that you found?
Yeah, I mean, the way that they described it was like there's going to be some stuff that's weak over here, some stuff that's strong over here, and they'll kind of like move it like a cosmological comb over, and then they'll be able to like protect everything.
That makes sense.
I mean, and I would never use for the page, so
Yeah, that's true. It's not doing us any good.
no. And I mean, none of us were. I wasn't incinerated or anything like that, so far it's been okay. But
I would hope that on the journey to here, maybe I would have copied the page into one of my own journals.
Absolutely.
So that,
yeah.
Okay. With that, I'll try and get a thumbs up from everyone. We're gonna go ahead and fork it over.
Oh yeah, I see thumbs up from everyone in the party. That is wonderful. Thank you so much for your agreement to help with this project. I assure you that I will bring you into the fold once we have more information or when the last page reveals itself.
Burton also would have described the other page to you as well.
Yeah, you could copy down Burton's page as well. And with his powerful memory, you would be able to copy it more or less exactly as he describes it. And he is able to give you comments. No, that piece is too high. That piece is too small. No, the little hole is too big. No, the big hole is too small. Yeah, that is so good.
I do appreciate accurate note-taking. Yeah.
So that is what I know. If I have need of you again, I will certainly call you. And then Flip says, "Oh yeah, that is true. If I need you, I will call you as well. Don't worry." Yeah.
That is the worst Germanic thing to happen in 75 years.
Oh no.
I am to please. I always glad that you friends are here to help when help is needed. And new friends too, like Burton, so handsome and plucky.
Oh, Flip.
And that is where we will end the stream tonight. Thank you all for watching so much. We raised $440 from this stream, $350 before. That's over $800 for this game. Thank you so very much. We are going to be doing this once a month between now and September. So if you're interested, you can find the link jessiesjourney.com/quest for the cure. Find out how you can potentially win a seat to play with us like Phillip did. All it takes is a $25 donation. We are going to go around the circle. If you could just say a good night and let everybody know where they can find you online and what they can look for from you. Ed, we'll start with you.
Hi, thank you for watching our shenanigans, and have a good night. And I can be reached at the Edverse on Twitter.
Amy.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It was a blast with all of you tonight here. You can find me on Twitter at LADYDZRA, Lady Dzura, and I'm looking forward to tuning in again next month.
Emma.
That was a lot of fun. thank you everyone for joining in and donating such a great cause. You can find me on Twitter at the Emma Wakelin. I was going to say .com. That's not right. The Emma Wakelin. And then and watch us every Sunday on Fortnerd's Twitch channel on Cyberpunk Independence. I GM a great game with Amy and Gary and a bunch of other talented folks.
Blair.
Yeah, thanks for letting me play again, and thanks everybody for watching and donating. It feels really good to be part of something like that. You can find me on Twitter, Blair Brown, and Grizzle, after getting the 250 gold, challenges you, Farcan, to a little drinking contest back at the tavern. But I can get like 50 drinks with this much, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Eric, you're next.
Yeah, thanks everybody. This was lots of fun. You can follow me at EricDMD246 on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll be soon starting up my Twitch channel again, Eric DMD Gaming, where I'll be playing a whole bunch of stuff for the next little while for Jesse's Journey for Squad Up. So yeah, check me out there, and hopefully I'll see you next month for the next D&D game.
Awesome. Phillip, our guest star, I want to say an extra thank you to you. Thank you for your generous donation. We're so grateful to you. You really made the game enjoyable. So please, where can people find you?
Sure. I'm reachable at Snarkade on Twitter, where I retweet things frequently and don't really add much content to it. So please follow me.
Please follow him. And before we sign off, we just hit $500. So that is our second milestone of the night, which means that I am forced to sing a song again. There is almost nothing I won't do to debase myself for this charity. So Ariana Grande in German. Thought I'd end up with Sean, but he wasn't a match. Wrote some songs about Ricky. Now I listened and laugh. And even almost got married. And for Pete, I'm so thankful. Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, cause he was an angel. One taught me love, one taught me patience, and one taught me pain. Now I'm so amazing. Say I've loved and I've lost, but that's not what I see. So look what I've got. Look at what you've taught me. And for that I say, thank you next. Thank you next. Thank you next. I'm so grateful for my ex. And I'm so thankful to all of you. Thank you to everybody who donated, who watches the streams, who shares our tweets and donates with us and just watches. Even if you don't donate, we appreciate having you in chat, participating in the game. And of course, this game would be nothing without the amazing people around the table. So thank you to Ed, Amy, Emma, Blair, Eric for jumping in once again, and to you, Phillip, for joining us. This is an incredible table, and I'm so honored that they agreed to continue this quest. What started as a little effort to raise a bit of money for an amazing charity has turned into something incredible. We're almost pushing $20,000. So thank you so much. Somebody hit !series to let everybody know our next game is on May 29th, right here on this channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Pacific. Everybody, stay safe and have a good night. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
bye.